What if I told you that the vampire legends you know, the cloaked figure lurking in the shadows preying on the living, are only a small piece of a much older and far more mysterious puzzle? Did you know that tales of blood-drinking beings existed thousands of years before the word vampire ever entered European folklore? Welcome to Legends Reimagined, where we uncover the stories that have shaped our myths, history, and imaginations with the help of AI. Today, we're peeling back the centuries to reveal the ancient origins of vampire legends and the secrets they hold. Let's start with a startling truth. Vampires, as we think of them today, are not just a product of medieval Europe. The concept of beings who drink the life essence of others spans nearly every ancient civilization. From Mesopotamia to Greece, Rome, and beyond, these bloodthirsty entities weren't just creatures of the night. They were reflections of societal fears, cultural beliefs, and humanity's age-old fascination with immortality. Take ancient Mesopotamia, for example. Here we find the Lilitu, a demonic figure often described as a night spirit that preyed on the weak, particularly pregnant women and children. Sound familiar? The Lilitu would later influence the Hebrew myth of Lilith, another blood-drinking entity shrouded in darkness. In Greek mythology, there's the story of Lamia, a queen-turned-monster after being cursed by Hera. Lamia, driven by grief and madness, hunted children, drinking their blood. The Greeks also spoke of the Empusa, a shape-shifting demon with one leg of brass and the other of a mule, who seduced and drained men of their life force. The Romans feared the Strigoi, vampiric witches who could transform into birds or wolves, swooping down on the unsuspecting to suck their blood. These beings were often linked to death and disease, cementing their role as harbingers of doom in Roman culture. And then there are the Upirs of Slavic folklore, perhaps the closest precursor to the vampires of popular culture. These undead creatures were said to rise from their graves to terrorize villages, drinking the blood of the living and spreading fear wherever they went. Despite their differences, these legends share a haunting similarity. They all wrestle with humanity's fear of death, the unknown, and the corruption of life itself. Vampires, or their ancient counterparts, weren't just monsters. They were symbols of everything society feared: disease, betrayal, forbidden desires, and the inevitability of mortality. But perhaps the most fascinating thread connecting these myths is the concept of immortality. Across cultures, blood-drinking beings were seen as those who had cheated death, living forever, but at a terrible cost. This idea of achieving eternal life through unnatural means struck a deep chord with ancient societies. After all, isn't the quest for immortality one of humanity's oldest obsessions? What makes these legends even more intriguing is how they've evolved. Over centuries, these ancient stories fused with local folklore, resulting in the vampire archetype we recognize today. The terrifying creatures of Mesopotamian and Greek myths became the aristocratic vampires of 18th century literature, which eventually transformed into the pop culture icons we see on screen. Yet, the essence of those original myths remains. Beneath the fangs and capes lies something timeless: our fear of death and our fascination with what might lie beyond it. So what do you think? Do the ancient vampires of Mesopotamia, Greece, Rome, or the Slavic regions chill you more than their modern descendants? Do you have a favorite vampire legend that keeps you up at night? Let me know in the comments below. And if you're as captivated by mythology and folklore as I am, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Join me next time on Legends Reimagined as we explore even more untold stories from the annals of history and myth. Until then, keep your garlic close and your imagination wide open.